Hey there guys, what is going on? This is going to be your map guide for Drive-In Cold War Season 5. This did drop very recently, and this is a really interesting map. This is something a little bit different. We pretty much get combat for anyone. Like on the A side of the map, we get a bit of close range stuff, more designed around SMGs, assault rifles, shotguns, and stuff like that. In the middle and then the right-hand side of the map, as you can see here, this is like literally just an open corridor, man. This is for snipers. This is for your long-range stuff. And then again, on the other side of the map as well, this is just a big long corridor. Look at this, man. Like, it's literally just a lane. You sit up there or you sit back here and you just snipe people. So again, if you do think about this map in terms of what you can actually get done on it, you want to be using an SMG or an assault rifle if you are going to play on the A side of the map. But if you like your long-range stuff, long-range combat is your thing. B and the C side are going to be absolutely fantastic for you. Just while we do get into everything you do need to know about driving here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do massively appreciate it, and it really does help me out. It really does make my day when I see that number go up. So if you guys could help me out there, that would be absolutely fantastic. So as usual, we talk about the flags first. The A flag is basically this building here, the kitchen in the sort of burgery foodie joint of this particular spot. As you can see, it sort of tracks all the way back through here, and this is the lane we were talking about before. Then we take to the B flag, and that is basically smack bang in the middle of this. This is the rocket ship sort of area in the drive-in bit. Again, this is going to be very difficult to capture if people are sitting up there, sitting up there. This is very open. So just keep this in mind. B flag is going to be pretty difficult to capture, so just play it accordingly. This is probably your best option to sort of capture it, sort of hover around this bit area here. And then on the right-hand side of the map, we do take a look at the C flag, which is mostly the interior of this sort of shed factory style building. You can see here that this is basically what this is. It's mostly just the down floor. I don't really think you have to worry about the upstairs a bit too much. You can't really sort of get anything done from up here. Like, you can't capture the flag or anything goofy. But again, yeah, basically just a simple flag inside that shed there. So one of the more interesting parts of this map is, of course, the big drive-in sort of screen movie theater-y thing. This is really cool. Actually, what I found out is basically on this particular spot here, a lot of people do sit up here and snipe. As I already described, this is the middle lane, the sniper's paradise. As you can see all the way into that entrance there. The spawn is behind that, so you can't just pick people off from the spawn, but they will eventually run out that side, and they will eventually run out that door, maybe getting a nice little shot on people who are running across to the A flag. So just keep this in mind. You are basically open to the entirety of the map here. So you can literally see all the way over there. You can snipe people who are sitting in that little dome towery thing, people who are running into there. You can probably shoot through that, the truck. Like, there's just so many different spots that you can see here. You can also almost see into that little line of sight there. There is the tree blocking you off, but if you do see somebody flash past you, you might be able to get a little shot on with a sniper. But the interesting thing that I have found about this, if you are running up this ladder and there is somebody up there, all you have to do is basically get the kill, and then you can slide down the other side and you're gone. You are not exposed to that window for any length of time. All you really have to do, and this works from both sides as well, basically just sprint up the ladder, get the kill, and then slide across, and you'll be already gone from fire. So that is a nice little spot there. The spawns are actually really set far back. So like, as you can see there, on this side, you actually spawn sort of in that area there, which is very interesting. And then, as I said, the other side, you already saw where you spawned there. You can actually run under this. This is fairly well known. Basically, you can see the enemy spawn. If you sit back in this area here, enemies will spawn back there sometimes, and you can get some pretty easy spawn traps. Spawn trapping is fairly common on this map. As I said, the spawns are set back quite far, so just keep that in mind. People will sit in this corner here. Like, literally the first time I played this map, like, I was just running, just vibing, running around the corner, just trying to run through the A side, and then there was just a dude sitting there, which is just so lame. So just know people do sit here, and it's not a terrible spot to sit. Like, you can probably get away with this once. Maybe you can kind of blend into the little viney bit back here, but this isn't a great spot to sit, but you might be able to get a sneaky kill with it. Again, the A side of the map does include this part here. Basically, we can see all the way back into there. If anybody does sort of run into this building here, as you can see, it leads all the way back from the spawn. You can pretty much just take them out from that spot there, and again, you can sort of take them out from that spot there. Again, this is a little bit of a nice little bit that you can jump over. That is very cool. If you want to access the A lane immediately, and you can actually almost get a nice little jump shot on people who are sitting up in there sniping. But most of the time, you just want to use this to sort of run into here instead of having to go around this side. You can make a nice little route for yourself and sort of escape enemies who are chasing you. You can usually lose people in this area because of how many different options there are to go. Just jumping over walls and stuff. Even if they do have tracker, your footprints are just going to be so scattered, it's not really going to matter if they're following you or not. Again, this area here, there's a lot of stuff to hide behind. This is a very good Longshots map, so again, keep an eye out for the Longshots guide on the channel. That will be not too far away. And you can sort of move in and out of these areas here. As you can see, there is a nice little ladder area back here as well. If we move over, we can actually see the entirety of the map as well. You can see the little trailer there. You can see almost into the C flag building, and you can see the sniping shed over there. That is quite nice as well. and you can almost get a little nice shot on people who are in the spawn. It's a little tricky with anything but a sniper, so just get the sniper, just little jump shot is really, really nasty. Again, you can come up here from inside of the kitchen, so just keep in mind you do actually have 2 spots to watch if you are up here. So like a mine or something on these stairs is probably going to be nice, but again, you will have to protect yourself from 2 different angles to attack here. Again, these parts of the map aren't really super complex. A bit of skee ball, a little bit of bowling if you're interested in that. But again, there's not really too complex stuff back here. It is mostly just a singular lane, like 3 lanes, and they're all fairly simple. There is a little bit of crossplay in between them, as we saw there. There is that, and you can jump off the roof there to get into the middle lane. But again, there's not really lots of intricate stuff on this map like we see in some of the more modern maps. It's fairly simple stuff like this. A lot of people will sometimes sit in this corner as well because it is a little dark area. You're just running, you're just minding your own business, and somebody will be sitting there waiting to kill you. So just check this corner. Maybe chuck like a field microphone or something here just so you know if people are sitting in this corner. And that also does cover the middle building as well. So just keep that in mind. That's a pretty good spot for a field microphone. The middle building, again, is very, very important. A lot of people do sit up here and try and snipe towards there. Again, if people do jump over the wall, you can get a nice shot on them there. It does lead into the tunnel. You can see that little shot. And you can also see people coming from around that side there to that spawn. And you can get a nice little shot on the people in the C flag, as well as being able to kill people who do come into the trailer building there. You get a nice little shot on them there as well. And then the stairs, you do have 2 ways to sort of have to defend yourself. Again, I've killed a lot of people who are just sitting here minding their own business, just basically falling asleep. You will get a lot of like random kills on people who are just sitting in here. And if you control this area, you can basically block off people from shooting in this area as well. So if you control this area, patrol the stairs, you will know when people are coming, and you can get easy kills on people who are in this room, or coming into this room rather. The middle of the map is actually quite interesting. You are going to be under fire a lot of the time, but if you do get nice and close to these sort of barriers and sort of blockades and stuff, you can actually sneak up on people quite easily. The other side, if you're coming towards the big screen, is actually possible. But if you are going the other way, so if you are coming from the screen side, it is a little bit more difficult. But I know, it's just not too big of a deal, but it's alright. It's one of those things where you can actually sneak up on people and get some nice shots on these people here. But if you're going the other way, it's a little bit more tricky. Again, there is a lot of ins and outs of this little part of the map. Again, there is a lot of stuff to hide behind. You are pretty much a sitting duck here, though, if you are a little bit further away from the sniping positions. Like, if you're trying to just peek and shoot at somebody who is in there, you're really not going to win that gunfight too many times, and they're just going to snipe you. So just keep that in mind. Again, this is a nice little entryway to get across to the other side of the map. Little trailer. You can jump in and out of the window here as well. Probably a little bit faster to sort of jump out of the window, try and check somebody out who is on the C flag. And then this bit is actually very, very interesting. This is literally just a tip back here. This is hilarious. Like, I love this kind of thing. But again, this is another little sniping platform that you can sit on. Long shots are going to be very prevalent on this map. Very, very easy to get. So again, keep an eye out for that. You can shoot people who are in the C building, coming out from the C door. And then you can wait and see for people to come up into this side here. And you also have a nice shot on the trailer again. Really, really easy to kill people if you are sitting back there. And same from the other side as well. We'll show you what you can see from there. Again, as I mentioned this already, you can basically see all the way back into there. The trailer, again, you can see people who are coming from the left-hand side. And again, you see all the way into the middle of the map. Again, that is the sniping platform we talked about before. Then the theater room again, and then you can see people who are on the platform as well. So there's a lot of different positions where you can all see people. I think what makes this part balanced and what makes all the sniping platforms balanced is that you can actually see everybody from all of them. Again, you can see people from there, from there, from there, and they can always see you. So that is fairly interesting. Just keep that in mind. You're not really safe when you are sniping from these positions. Again, you can actually just skip over the C flag entirely. You will be shot from people who are sitting on that side. So again, just know you can get a little jump shot on people who are sitting in that building back there. They might not expect you to come from this way. Mostly they will expect people to come from the C flag, especially if you are capping it. You come this way, they know, and then when that stops, they know you will be in this position here. So just keep that in mind. If you want to take people by surprise who are sitting in that area there and that area there, for the most part, you will have to come on the outside of the map, and that makes it a little bit easier here. Again, there is a nice little trailer back here as well. This isn't super relevant. This is only applying to mostly the spawn for the most part, but you can get a nice little pick on people who are sitting up there. This isn't going to happen very often, as really you can just run up here. If they're sniping up there and not paying attention to you anyway, you really just have to jump up here and do the slide trick that we mentioned before. Using that to kill people who are up here is not super relevant. I imagine it'll probably be a little bit more prevalent for something like hardpoint, where the point moves around a little bit more. But again, knowing that spot there is actually sometimes getting shot from, it kind of works a little bit, but it's not too big of a deal to worry about. Again, you can run behind this as well. Again, this sort of particular position back here near the spawn is not super relevant. Again, it just provides you a nice little bit of cover here from people who are sort of coming from this way. Just keep this in mind. If you do try and run across to that building there, you might have to take a gunfight from this spot here. So just keep that in mind as well. You can run on the outside of this building. Again, similar spot here. If people are coming from the A side, so there or this spot here, most of the time they will expect people to come from this building here, as it's a little bit more common than running on the outside. So you might have a bit more of an advantage in a gunfight if you sort of pop up from here, take a shot rather than just sitting in these windows here. So remember that. And then of course, this building, as I mentioned already, does link up the middle and the other side of the map. Again, so does this fence here, as you can just jump over it. For the most part, the thing that I like about these sort of reintroduced maps is that they're not usually complex. Like, they're really simple, and most of the stuff that you can do on them is very, very obvious. And that's why we like these maps, mostly just because it is really, really simple to understand, where you can just sort of run around and sort of get up here, take a little shot across the map, and then move to a different position. It's very, very cool stuff. Again, this isn't super complex. There's a lot of nice little jump shots you can hit on this map. Just remember those when you do get shot by people. You can see all the way into the back lane there. Someone with a sniper on this map is going to absolutely dominate. So just if you want to have the most fun you can probably have on this map, just pull out a sniper, pull out your Swiss K31s, pull out your M82s, whatever you want to do. Run around, have a good time with this thing. But just before we do go here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. Hopefully you did enjoy this drive-in map guide. Hopefully it helps you out and you learn the maps a little bit more quickly with this sort of stuff. And again, I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!